Welcome back. I just filmed this whole video, and then after finishing it, I'll show it next. I started playing with this stuff some more, so I want to do a little pre-post-script sort of thing. I found this, and this was folded up. Is a list of all the Campy shifters and all their little part numbers for every individual washer and things. That's cool. Like old paperwork. But I started playing with some of the stuff in the video. I made some guesses about these tubes and thought they might be all seat tubes. I got 27.2 seat post out. I checked them, they're all seat tubes. So I got like 4 seat tubes, like 6 top tubes, no down tubes. Well, there's 1 down tube, I think this 1.7 tube is either a down tube or worst case the seat tube that takes a smaller post. So that was fun. I went through all these lugs and crowns again. I took all the bottom bracket shelves out and measured them. I found 2 French ones, a weird cheapy Italian and a weird cheapy French. I'm not going to keep. These 2 French ones are cool. They're scrolly. Got some stuff going on. So I might keep them. I probably just put them on eBay. They'll probably sit in a box forever. I'll probably try and use them every few years because they're cool looking and then have to remember that they're French. Whatever. I checked all these ones that are marked Chinelli SC. They are all English threaded. They're all 68 millimeter. They're great. So I'm going to keep these. I might use them. I guess I'll try. They'd be cool in track bikes, maybe in some road bikes. All these old shells, you know, the stays really poke out kind of straight. On the modern ones, they poke way out for wider tires. But there's a couple of really cool old 50s super scrolly ones. Look how scrolly this is. It's so cool. Scrolly. I'm keeping that one. Keep another one. I think I'll actually try and figure out how to use them on a rando bike. A couple cool ones. I got all the lugs out to play with. I looked at all the spray-ons and dropouts again. Realized one of my sets of dropouts was 2 lefts, even though I really thought it was straight. You know, nothing too cool. I did look at these 4 crowns in the video. I'll show next. I'm going to keep these 2. I'm going to give away the rest, I think, or at least give them as an option up for going away. And I picked out a bunch of the fork crowns to keep. These ones are cool old French ones. They're like semi-hollow. They have a little thing on top. They're very Nervexy, little M like a Motobacan or whatever. I've taken modern wide crowns and carved that M into them for making vintage Motobacans into 650V conversions and making a wider low trail fork. I've done that, and it's cool. I can't help myself. I'm keeping those. I found a couple of these ones that he'd like machined the sides in, also have like a cool little M. They're also oval blade, but they're not drilled and they're fully round, so these would be great for track forks as well. It might even be Imperial oval. Keeping them. I've already had a couple. The guy from Destroy Bikes messaged me. He wants to go through this and buy some of the stuff for me. These weird tall ones that look Imperial oval. I don't know. They're tall and ugly and weird. They look familiar. Decided to keep them. I don't know why. There's this one that says BCM. It's real clean. It's not rusty. It's got nice windows. It's flat. It's finished. I was going to keep it, but I'm probably just going to put it straight onto eBay. Just make a little eBay pile. It's French bottom brackets. Someone might care. So I got a total of 3 Chinelli SCs and a clone. Looks exactly the same. Same flat spot, but doesn't say Chinelli SC in it. So I don't know what the deal with that is, but if any of these work, I'll try one. It'd be great. If I hate it, I'll sell them all. Oh, there's a 4th. 4th Chinelli SE. A 5th Chinelli SE, so that's 5. That's pretty fun. Cool old 50s ones with some weird angles and points and things. Keeping those. Here's a weird one. It's still pretty clean. The angles look weird. This one has the slightly mushed seat tube. It's got to like bend the seat tube to fit, I think. But it's got oval sockets. It's got to be some weird 90s kind of crossy, kind of hybridy one. It might be really cool for using the straight gauge thing and making like a gravel bike. Or maybe I'll put this whole tube set up for sale because it's all complete and in the box. Maybe someone will pay me too much money for it. I don't know. I found this crown, which I did not see yesterday while going through them. It is a Zeus Pista fork crown. It's got the little things on the top, little drillium, all round, all Pista, a little shave. I think it says Zeus 2001. This is gorgeous. It is cool. Probably put it on eBay. I have a really rare Chinelli crown on eBay and no one cares. I buy so much frame building stuff on eBay and it seems like no one else in the entire world does. I might try, otherwise I'll save it for 20 years in case someone ever has a nice old Zeus Pista and they wreck it. I grabbed the seat stay caps. They're in my box to save. I'm still looking at these fork crowns. This is that cool fake biplane one that's actually kind of wide, so this might actually be useful. Very much will fit at least a 700. Well, let's measure it. We're out here measuring stuff, playing with stuff. So I'm starting to sweat. I'm still in my heavy morning dog park shirt. It is probably in the 80s now. It's getting hot. I'm getting like 44 between the blades. But you know, when you get to the actual, that's just the crown. When you get to the actual blades, it's going to be more like 45. And by the time you get to where the tire is. So 45, I mean, that means I could probably get at least a 35 millimeter tire in this thing. And it's gorgeous, and it's so much wider than these vintagey ones. Which one is vintage track crowns? So I got this zip tie full of these vintage all-around track crowns. They are cool. They're gorgeous. They are 35 between the blades. So yeah, maybe a 23 or 25 to a 35. Pretty narrow. Hella vintage. There's 4 or 5 of them. Maybe I should actually... One of them's got some damage, or maybe a casting defect, or maybe someone nicked it with a saw. It's probably a casting. Maybe I'll keep that one and I'll just weld it up before I use it. I might put the rest on eBay just in case anyone thinks they're cool and cares. Here's some other ones that are very round. You could use as a road or a track if you wanted to. That's regular. This might be Imperial Oval. This has kind of a weird, like, little horseshoey look on the end. This one's kind of got the M carved in it, very French style, and has like a slot machined in the sides. I think that's cool. Probably just took a cut-off saw. Real careful. Maybe put on a real fancy machine tool. Here's another Nervex looking one. It's got the M. It's got the big raised top part on top of the crown. And it is a fully hollow crown. So I'm going to stick my finger all the way through so it's light. I gotta save that. I like making forks light. Here's another dude. That's pretty cool. Oh, this has words in it maybe. Can I read them? CTC Italia or something in a circle? I have to clean it a little bit. But it's a nice crown. It's pretty light. It's flat, it's ugly, it's weird. Definitely want that one. Here's another one of the hollow Frenchy style ones, but it's got sort of this upside down C instead of like the M kind of thing. It's hollow, it's got the top. It's got like some dots in it or something. I'll save that. And then this one is the most gorgeous one. It looks so fancy to me. This is like one of the ones that, like, you know, the modern ones are ripping off. It's not really hollow, but it sort of has some open areas at the bottom instead of being just chunky blocks of steel. It's got machine slits in it. It's got like this big long point. It's got a machine slit down the front that doesn't go all the way through. It's pretty cool. It's like 43. Probably go 33. Probably go with a 33 tire. That tire comes down a little bit. Get a 45 fender on it. So yeah, I could do this. Could be a really beautiful 700C Randonneur. God, maybe we should make a 732. Everyone just wants fat tires. I actually prefer 732. They ride amazing. They're a little firmer, but they ride great, especially if you're doing mostly roads. you know, like more touring or a fast road bike that fits still the Random are supposed to be. This is pretty gorgeous. I could probably use that for that. I really like it. You can kind of see the machine front. Oh, this is a cool crown. That's probably my favorite one. And I looked at the lugs again. I'm definitely keeping a few. So there's one complete set of just real simple, nothing fancy vintage lugs. I like some, unless they're like weird mountain bike angles or something that happens sometimes. I'll definitely use them. They're just very simple, very pretty, kind of long points. There's a one cool lug set. Here is another set of the kind of scrolly cool ones. Complete. Someone wrote 70 on the top tube, so maybe it's got horrible, super relaxed angles. Pugant. Pezzo. Okay. I'll play with it, you know. Worst case it's 70 and I want to rotate it to 73. I don't know. You can kind of do a trick where you can sort of stick some tubes into some lugs. The bottom says 60 and that's normal. I can either build a pretty relaxed touring bike out of it, or I can stick tubes in the lugs and bend them and get the lugs to kind of bend down a degree or two. Pinch them a little bit. Sometimes you can file into them a little bit. You get an extra little half a degree. You can make them reasonable. 70 is pretty lax. I don't even know if I believe it though. Here's another set of vintage long point lugs. These are the ones I thought were broken on the bottom, because there's like abruptly stopped in a little half C. I think he might have hand carved them that way on purpose. The C lug doesn't have that, so maybe I will just do that to this one. Just cut it and file it to match these two. But they're pretty cool. They got little diamonds on the top. They got real long points. You know, it still needs the whole seat lug mess done. So what is that? Like at 3, definitely using pretty cool lug sets. I'm definitely going to save these really weird, like old 30s or 40s mixedy lugs. 2 sets of those, and there's also 2 sets of these same old 30 or 40s really cool lugs with that are just for women's step throughs. I'm going to save those. They're just cool and weird looking. And then the only dropouts I'm really saving is old Sun Tour ones for no reason. These Shimano SF like Dura Ace front ones with eyelets, which is weird. These weird mountain bikey, weird angle that have 2 ugly sets of cheap, ugly dropouts that I will never use. I might use them for a repair or something if a bike has exactly the same thing. It all lines up and is broken. One more set of campies. I have, like I said, like 200 sets of these. And I'm going to throw in a box of stuff that's up for grabs too. I'm going to save these 2 sets of the really old campy dropouts that match. I'm so sad that the rears were just 2 lefts. If I bought whole sets just to replace broken ones, you know. I had to buy all 4. I guess I'll save these campy on top of these are braze-ons that go on top of the bottom bracket shell. For cable guide braze-ons. I already have like 100 of these. Whatever. I'll save them. I'll put the whole bag on eBay for a bunch of money. I have them individually listed on eBay for like $13, and I've sold 10 or 12 of them. Sold 2 or 3 off my websites. It's my best selling finished frame builder part. And then I actually need to look at the rest of these lugs more. I forgot to do that step. So I'm going to do that and see if there's any more sets that are all broken up that'll work. Here's another really traditional set of step through with an outrageous angle of the step through. I gotta keep them. It's too weird. Someone's gonna want to step through someday, maybe. Here's a matchy set of long point lugs. Maybe one of these seat lugs will kind of match. Or I can find a seat lug. I don't know. I won't keep you in too much suspense for that. So a few sets of these Nervex lugs. There was the one set from last video of these Nervex lugs, which they'd cut and re-welded to down lugs together to an oversized tube, but they're not Nervex. They say BCM on the front. So I don't care about them, and they're modified in a way I also don't care about. So those can go. Anyways, let's get to the actual video going through all these tubes and checking it out. There's some excitements. There's some real cool stuff. There's some real disappointments and a lot of mismatched tubes and things that don't have pairs or sets. But anyways, thanks for watching.